She has prison uniform. Thomas embarrassed Meg as revealing Doria was a criminal that went to 5 years jail. Thomas Markle's recent revelation that Doria was jailed for 5 years during a Good Morning interview in the UK shocked the media. Meghan Markle's father, Mr. Thomas, expressed his desire to bond with his grandchildren and called on his daughter to end the tense relationship. During the interview, Thomas Markle candidly discussed his desire to meet his grandchildren and emphasized that he believes the king himself would appreciate the opportunity to connect with his grandchildren. He expressed deep disappointment at being his grandchildren and being denied access to his nephew, describing it as a devastating situation not only for him but for the entire royal family. Thomas urged his daughter to put aside past grievances and allow him to use his grandchildren in California, emphasizing his love for them and his desire to establish a peaceful relationship. He even mentioned that he could take legal action to gain access to them, but of course did express reluctance to take that step and insisted that he did nothing wrong. Thomas concluded his plea by expressing his enduring love for Meghan in the hope that she would reach out to him eventually, allowing him to experience a sense of peace in his life. Some observers have speculated that Thomas may have been referring to Doria Ragland when referring to someone who had served time in prison. There have been rumors about Doria being allegedly jailed for tax evasion related to the travel agency business she ran years ago. These rumors have fueled theories about Doria being absent from Meghan's life for most of her childhood. One prominent figure in the royal circles has suggested that Meghan may have waited for her father to die before releasing her memoir to prevent him from defending himself against possible harm. The interview and subsequent social media discussion also touched on Meghan's outfit for the Invictus Games. Critics have questioned the compatibility of her expensive wardrobe with her father's medical expenses. Thomas Markle Jr. launched a fundraising campaign to cover his father's medical expenses to raise $40,000. Meghan's fashion choices at the event caused controversy as some accused her of neglecting her ailing father in his final days. Meghan's Invictus Games wardrobe is said to have cost almost £300,000, including 12 different outfits over 5 days. The contrast between the cost of her lavish clothing and her father's medical needs caused outrage, raising questions about why Meghan did not step up to support her, or support him rather, in his financial burden. Despite her considerable wealth, critics say she could easily cover her husband's medical expenses and still have abundant resources left. The situation has saddened many as her father supposedly was her daughter's early career supporter and now facing significant medical bills in her twilight years.